XconMedia.
Welcome to the channel. Appreciate you tapping into another edition of XconMedia. Listen here, man. I'm all over the internet, man, and I'm always looking at different creators, man. And today I ran across a few creators that's talking about what the feds actually do in their business and how they be watching you. Now, I'm not trying to give you these tips and tricks to make you be able to break law or commit crimes better. The reason why I'm bringing this to light is to let you know, hey, I want to provoke the thought of, hey, maybe I should do something else. Maybe I shouldn't do what I set out to do. Maybe I should not break this law. You know what I'm saying? So to each his own, you take it how you want to take it, take the information for however you want to use it. But again, your cell phones, and I've been saying this for a while now, your cell phones, flock cameras, because man, when you realize what they are, you'll see that they're everywhere, and they reading plates on the car, they are reading dents in the car, they look in the car and see what you're doing in a matter of split seconds. Okay. You're gonna tell on yourself, co-defendants are gonna tell on you, somebody's gonna tell on you. So chances are they are going to be able to pinpoint you at the crime that they are accusing you of. So you might want to reconsider doing what it is you're doing. If you've been in the game, maybe it's time to get out. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it's time to get out. Have you ever thought about that? But let's tap into these videos real quick.
Potential informants aren't always just people who snitch after getting caught. Law enforcement recruits them sometimes before they're even charged. So here's how that works. They'll pull you in during the non-custodial interview. So you'll have no lawyer and they'll just pressure you. Then they'll do stuff like they'll show you screenshots, surveillance, or sometimes they'll just make up fake evidence. And then they'll offer a trade. They'll say you work with us and all this stuff we just showed you goes away. So then they'll sign a cooperation agreement. And now you're not just giving info to them, you're on an assignment. And CIs are typically categorized by function. There's buy walks where they do the deal and then walk away and then the cops pick them up later. There's buy busts where the informant makes the deal and then the cops swarm in after. Then there's testifying CIs, which is rare because most never take the stand. There's informational CIs where there's no wire, no buys. They're just giving them info, like who's hot on the street, who just re-upped, who's beefing, stuff like that. And some are paid like $100 to $1,500 or more per target. And then others do it without money just to keep their name off an indictment. And they're given handlers, and handlers will coach the informant on what to say, where to go, and how to provoke the incriminating responses that they want. And they'll sometimes have them set up people they barely even know at all, like through fake Facebook accounts, like burner numbers and controlled calls. And CI files are sealed, so even your lawyer might never see who set you up. They'll show up in discovery as like reliable source or something like that. And CIs are not always reliable. Many are drug users, many are co-defendants, many are facing serious time, and they're almost never doing it out of the goodness of their heart or for the betterment of society. Some people are walking indictments and they cooperate in every city they go to because they're constantly getting in trouble. And if you confront them, that alone right there can get you a charge for like tampering or threats.
Them confidential informants. Now, I've only done state time, so call me a local joker. You know what I'm saying? That federal system, when it comes to dealing with the feds, that is a whole different ball game because they try to make it to where they do not miss. And 9 times out of 10, their cases mostly consist of confidential informants, people working to get cases off of them, you know what I'm saying, by testifying against you. It's so many nuances to dealing with the federal system that I listen. That's one system that I'm glad that I never even tried to play with was the federal system, because it's a lot going on, man. Again, you got constitutional rights, but let me tell you something. When them feds, when that government is on your ass and they want you on the street, they are going to do everything, including violate your rights, to go ahead on and throw away the key. Let's check this video out.
Federal surveillance techniques. Let me show y'all how the feds run right over the Fourth Amendment. Now, this is one of the coldest tactics the feds use, and most people have no idea what it's called, and I know I never learned about it in law school. It's called parallel construction, and if you're facing time in the feds, this could be the reason that your case got started. Let's say they tapped your line, or your boy flipped, and they're secretly recording all your calls. Maybe they tracked your car using a GPS beacon, or pinged your cell tower locations using a Stingray. Now, that evidence might not be admissible in court, or they don't want to reveal because it exposes how deep their surveillance goes. So instead of telling the court how they actually got that info, they run it back and they reconstruct the case like they got it all from a legit source. That's why you suddenly got pulled over and they just happen to have that canine with you, or they show up with a sealed warrant based on an anonymous tip. The whole thing already scripted, but it looks clean. Your discovery won't show the wiretap. It won't show the GPS data. It won't show that your homeboy was working, because they're not using that info at trial. They're using what they built off of that info. And that means you and your lawyer can't fight how the case really started. So you're sitting there thinking it was bad luck. You think they caught you slipping, but nah. They had the whole thing already put together before the arrest even happened. They just edited out the opening scene. Do y'all understand how this is a losing game and how risky this is? They will win. They can watch for months, years. They will get you. So stay clean, stay.
Now, he said something about stingrays. I don't know what that is, but guess what? Let's find out together.
Let's talk about stingrays. Stingrays are law enforcement investigation devices that pretend to be real cell phone towers. Your phone connects to them automatically, just like a nearby tower, even if you're not on the call. And once your phone latches to them, they can pinpoint your location down to the exact room you're in, and they can track your movements in real time, and in some cases they can intercept your texts and calls. And here's where it gets real dirty. These devices don't just target one person. They get the data from everybody in range. So if you're in a hotel, a mall, apartment complex, every phone in range connects to it. And yeah, they're supposed to get a warrant, but there are cases where they don't, or they use something called a generic PIN register, and agents misuse it to justify stingray deployment because it's easier to get and they don't need probable cause. They just say it might be relevant. Judges often don't understand the technology involved here, or they just look the other way and sign off. That's how stingrays end up in the field with no real warrant. Then, when they get what they need, they hide how they found it using parallel construction, and they bury that stingray data so it never makes it into your discovery. That's how your lawyer might not even know how they tracked you down. Agents will just say, we got an anonymous tip, or they'll say they saw you on a traffic camera somewhere, but it just doesn't add up. These devices were originally used in counterterrorism, and now they're used in substance cases, gang cases, and probation violations. So if your phone suddenly starts draining battery real fast, or you notice you have bad coverage in an area you usually have good coverage, or it won't shut down normally, it might not be paranoia. And if you're in the game and you notice this, you better change your life real quick. That's how they...
Hey man, shout out to that creator, because hey, he teaching me some stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? And I be trying to study, even though I'm not into breaking the law, I'm not into any criminal activity whatsoever. I still like to know what is going on. Like, I attended criminal justice briefly at Gwinnett Technical College, but hey, because I want to know, I know from the inside. I already been in prison. I done been through 2 jury trials. I done lived in the law library while I was in prison. I know that aspect. I'm trying to know the rest of this stuff that's going on. So shout out to that creator, man, because he dropping some serious game, man. And I say this, man, I'm only pointing this stuff out because you need to change your life. Okay. You need to change your life, find you something else to do. If you've been getting away for this long, go ahead on and stop. Do something else, man. We got another creator I ran into. We're gonna check a couple of her videos out as well. Because women, you're not exempt from this either. I just need y'all to know that they want y'all just as bad as they want these men. So just know that you're not exempt either.
I recommend that you don't commit crimes. I know people are going to do what they're going to do. So I'm going to give you some tips on how you can stay out of federal prison. So you or the homie got picked up by local law enforcement. They took you in on a 20-hour hold and you got let go, PFI'd, pending further investigation. Feels great when you walk out after that 20 hours of being locked up. It's not great. That's a setup for failure. While you were in their custody, they had your cell phone. And while they had your cell phone, they cloned your SIM card. I bet my life on it. Look it up. SIM card cloning is exactly what it says. They literally put an electronic SIM in your phone, and every single call you've made since that 20-hour hold, every single text message that you've sent with your acronyms and your code words since that 20-hour hold, and every single house that you've been to since that 20-hour hold, they've been watching you. So if you or the homie has been picked up on a 20-hour hold, pending further investigation and got let go, I highly suggest you throw that fucking phone in the river. Have a nice day.
Again, I didn't say you don't have to be caught up in the federal system to know that that phone is gonna get you. And a lot of people think, oh, it's an iPhone, they can't break into it. You know, the Androids, they definitely can get into it, but I'm willing to bet you that they getting in these iPhones too. You know, they are getting in these iPhones. Uh I'm willing to bet you that, you know what I'm saying? So um I would implore you, you know what I'm saying, because 9 times out of 10, in order to run your criminal enterprise or do your dirty business, 9 times out of 10, 99.9% of y'all are going to be using a cell phone. And that's how you're going to get caught. Cell phones then solved a lot of cases.
I highly recommend that you don't commit crimes. If you guys want to stay out of federal prison, I have some tips for you. How about this? Don't use Snapchat, don't use WhatsApp, don't use Telegram, don't use Signal. And I'll go a little bit further than that. But the feds very literally can tap into your phone. These apps, while they say they're encrypted, it does not matter. The feds can see every single thing that you're doing on these apps, and they'll just recreate the evidence. It's a very real thing called parallel construction. You can take my advice or you can F around and find out. But I suggest you just listen to me because I've been to the feds. So also deleting text messages, that does not work. It just takes a warrant for them to get your messages back. Also, there's no longer wires. People don't wear wires anymore. It's very literally just an app on their cell phone. This app dials into the team of investigators at the Federal Bureau of Investigation. There's always going to be one person, one agent will be listening the entire time the person is with you. That phone is on and running. So don't commit crimes, but be knowledgeable about the shit that's happening today. Love you.
Okay. You've been warned. Okay. Let's replay it. These phones, they're going to get you. Them apps, Snapchat, Instagram, TikTok, Telegram, what else? Telegram, Signal, all them apps that you think that they tell you they guarantee end-to-end encryption. Even the iPhone, iMessage is guaranteed encryption end to end. Guess what? It's not encrypted. The messages you thought you deleted, they not really deleted. They're not. Listen, people, find something else to do, man. Get in the comments, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm warning you because we can do other things, man. I'm a person that did 16 years in prison and came out and have not looked back. I've been out 11 and a half plus years now. You know what I'm saying? Doing so good. The state of Georgia, pardon me. Okay. You need to understand that it is a better way. And I'm telling you from my prison experience, in the Georgia State prison experience, you understand me? You don't want that. You don't want them problems. And the federal system, it's even worse. You don't want them problems. People. people. Find something else to do. The days of just getting away, that it's over. And even if you get away for a little while, you're gonna keep going and you're gonna get caught. And they're gonna charge you for every damn thing that they can find on you, man. Because they like to charge stack. You got to understand this. They love the charge stack. You might find yourself going in for one thing and coming out with 35 additional charges. Okay. I'm just giving you the game, man. Find something else to do because the feds is watching. They're watching, and you better be like 2 Chainz. You better be fresh as hell while them feds watching. Thank you for tuning into XconMedia. Go right ahead and subscribe to the channel. Hurry up!